Hello, dear students, and welcome to class week number 2 of our online class here, Court Interpreting. Thank you so much for all your participation in week 1. I've really enjoyed learning about you, about your varied backgrounds, about your goals and dreams and your plans. So thank you for sharing those with us. Just a quick note to welcome you to week 2. I know there's a lot of information that you've been given already and a lot of information that's forthcoming, but I also want to make sure I record these video notes for you so you can at least see my face, because I know you don't see me live or even on the PowerPoint recordings. This week is all about court interpreter certification, which many of you may be interested in. So hopefully it helps to give you a good overview of what's available and how certification works here in the United States, which is quite different from how it works in other countries. But we won't do comparative studies about the certification in other countries. We'll just focus here on the US. And I know that some of you have mentioned that you think court interpreting can be a scary situation and that you're perhaps all a bit intimidated by it. And I totally get it. I've been there, done that. I felt exactly the same way when I first started interpreting. And actually, a little anecdote for you. When I first started training to become a state certified interpreter here in Nevada, I remember thinking, oh my God, this is all so scary. And what if I mess something up and somebody goes to prison for life because of me? But my very first instructor, Agustin de la Mora, who's an amazing interpreter, said, oh, don't worry, it's not going to happen. They're very, very rarely, if ever. Actually, he said, never will any case hinge on one word. And the vast majority of cases you'll be doing as an interpreter are very, very standard procedures where the defendant speaks relatively little and you really have limited possibilities to mess up anything. So this is not to say that what we do isn't very important and carries a lot of weight and is very crucial in the communications process, because it is. But I think it's important that we take our profession very, very seriously, because it is very serious and it's very important. But I try not to take myself too seriously at times. I think it's better for your head to be able to maybe laugh at something that you did that you could have done better. I'm not saying don't take it seriously, but it's also good to retain some sort of sense of humor and not to lose sleep over it, which is something I've learned throughout the years. In the beginning, if I made even the most minor mistake, I would lose sleep over it for days, and I would just be absolutely mortified and terrified about it. But, we're humans. We make mistakes. Doctors, lawyers, judges, they all make mistakes, and it's okay to make small mistakes once in a while. That just shouldn't happen too often. So I've learned to be a little bit less tough on myself, to be a little bit more laid back, because that's important for your mental health as well. So here's to that, to our job being very serious, but you're not doing brain surgery, right? I try to put it into perspective. So don't be too hard on yourselves, and definitely give yourself the chance to experiment and to experience and to learn and to grow, which is what I've certainly done throughout the years. Of course, that being said, if you keep on getting hired as a court interpreter, it's because you make very, very few mistakes. But we're also human. As opposed to robots, we are human. All right, and that's it for me for this upcoming week. Hopefully you'll enjoy the lesson, and as always, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for listening.